Alright, what is up guys? I'm going to show you some of my favorite spots on the farm map to hide as a prop. Starting over here, you can hide way back here as a piece of corn. Let it fall to the ground, and it'll be somewhat hidden by this basket. Come over here. You can hide behind this little pallet, these little wooden ones. Kind of blend in a little bit. Makes it easier for you to see. Some of the hypno chairs are good to hide behind, obviously not as corn, but you can kind of situate yourself like this, and they may not look to see if you're there. You can always hide behind this little radio. And they may not see you there. Anytime there's these baskets, transform into a little cabbage. It'll make it very difficult for them to see you there. You can try to hide all the way up here. Makes it hard for them to see you. You kind of sink in a little bit. Back here behind this little bin. Come on. There you go. You are pretty disguised and it is very hard for them to see you as long as you don't move. You can also hide back here. Pretty good spot. They're rarely going to find you. Or if you want to move it over here a little bit, you can hide under this middle part a little bit. Even if they find you, it still takes them a little while to get to you, so it also is very great. You can snug in here, over here a little bit, behind this workbench. It's hard enough to hit the soda can, soda pop, whatever you call it, that it'll be a pain for them to get you there. These top shelves are usually pretty good. Anything up here. Because usually as a hunter, they're always going to be looking at the ground level for you. But sometimes it's really good to get high elevation, because they won't expect it. Moving along. Here's another little bin you can hide in. Those are always nice. More bins over here. Obviously, be a pumpkin. Don't be a soda can. You can hide in some places like this. They've patched most of these places so you can see the invisible walls that have basically covered it. For example, like this tire, you can't really hide inside it. There's just an invisible wall ceiling on top of it. So it's kind of rough. Here's another one of those pallets you can hide behind. I believe. Maybe not. A little tight. You can hide under here. Really good spot. Again, unless they're purposely knowing you're there, it's going to be very hard for them to find you, especially if you stand tall. You can also hide on the back side a little bit, but you're a little bit more exposed from that angle, unless you snug in like this. There you go. Now, if only I could just get out. That's how good of a spot it is. And we're out. You can hide anywhere really in the middle of the cornfield, but it gets kind of difficult. Going back over here again, you can hide behind this briefcase a little bit. Makes it hard for them to see you. None right there. Trying to remember where all that spots were. You can hide right there. Pretty good spot. They're never really gonna find you. Unless they're Banshee. Even back here a little bit. You can hide in the corner or close to the wheel. Make it very difficult for them to see you. Around the car. You can go up these wooden stairs. Try to hide like right here. Very difficult for them to find you. Oh, you fell. You can hang on these wood beams over here too. Like this. Makes it difficult for them even to reach you. Unless they throw stuff at you. So pretty good spots. There were a couple that were really good about hiding behind some of these barrels, but let me see if I can find them again. You can hide behind this little wheelbarrow. Not as great. It's alright. You can hide in this wood bin. You gotta have a lot of options because no one spot is gonna save you for the whole game, especially if you get made. There's more little buckets right here. You could turn into a sandbag. Let me see. Was it this one? You could try to squeeze like right around here. Makes it difficult for them to see you, kind of. They really have to be looking. Let me see. I'm trying to remember, there's like one spot that is really good. Didn't see these corners. Let me find it. It's not that one. Obviously, it can be a lettuce on the wall. Try to stand tall, stand high. Makes it harder for them to think it's you. A lot of people always just turn into a lettuce or cabbage and sit on the floor. It is what it is. You can do both. Can be a corn right here. Hide on the top shelf as well. Those are all good spots. Let me see. Yep, right here is a really good spot for corn. But it's very hard for them to see you. I think there's a better one still though, where there's extremely little visibility. You could hide all the way up here. You have to hold it or else if you let go it's gonna roll off, but even there, for a quick second, again they may be looking at the ground the whole time to try to find you and they won't. Hide in little crevices like this with the hay bales. Makes it difficult as well. Well, if I find that extra spot that I just thought about, I'll try to add it to this clip as well. This spot you can use with the corn as well. Very good hiding spot. Going parallel, horizontal. Let's see, maybe you can even get on those beams up there. You can. Okay. Very good spot. Always use left shift to be able to correct your position. Try to make it look sneaky as possible. And that's it for this map. We'll go ahead and do some of the other ones as well as there's some places up here again too that I'm sure you could get into. Rock's a little bit harder to maneuver some of those. Let's see. These are very skinny wooden beams. I don't think I'll be able to get up on some of those too. This wooden pallet, maybe you can hide behind. I was just going through my run and I had all these good spots, and then once I hit the stream, I'm starting to blank on so many of them because there's so many. But hopefully we'll find it. I'm pretty sure they were over here. Not bad. But I think there's a spot here where you can hide behind almost anything. Not bad, but not good. Definitely not. You can kind of wiggle in, I guess, between this door. But they'll see you from this angle. Just depends on the way they're running, right? So if the hunter's chasing you this way, you turn. You try to come off, go real sneaky right here. Now it doesn't want to go vertical. And maybe you could juke him out. I think that's good for this map. Alright, what is up guys? Today I'm going to show you the camp map, my favorite spots. You can kind of hide back here. You can also turn into poop back here. Kind of darker makes it harder for them to see. Can and get in there. Alright, what is up guys? I'm going to show you my favorite spots for the camp map. Any bushes are really good to hide in. You can hide behind some of these boxes that are close to the lodge. Those are really good. I believe you can squeeze in between here. These are really good spots as well. Over here is one of my favorite spots. There's just a bunch of, I think, cans of beans. This is a really good spot, hiding in those boxes like we've shown before. You can roll all the way out, hide in some of these bushes in plain sight. Maybe even hard for them to see you. When you go into the cabins, I like to hide on the top parts. So we'll move over here with the bunk beds. These are usually pretty good. Kind of to hide in the back. Makes it harder to sleep underneath a pillow like that. They may not see you. You can do it on the other side as well. Kind of getting stuck between the backboard and the back. You can hide behind these wooden pallets. Usually. These are good little spots. Other side might be better because you got the protection from the bush. This is just a cluster. There's so much random crap here. You could always hide right here under these kayaks or canoes, whatever these are. You don't want to be facing that side, so you can get on this side. Hiding back here is sometimes a good idea. Hard for them to see you in first person. You can hide low. Like right there too. You used to be able to get under this thing and hide where the killers would never be able to find you. But they patched that, now there's a wall there. Here, my favorite spot, probably one of the best, is the trophies. So you can transform into a trophy. You can hide here, it looks like 3 normal trophies. And it's very high up, so they don't usually look there. Good spot right there. You can also hide way back here. Sometimes if you're a thermos or something like that, behind this little sack, they may not look there. Another one I like is right here behind these kayak canoe things. If you're a rock or obviously a thermos or something like that, makes it hard for them to even reach you. You can hide back there. And that's about it, I think. I usually don't like the middle areas, they're not that great. Again, always try to mix up your props. Try to be unpredictable ones. You could position yourself like right about here. Maybe they wouldn't notice. Let go of left shift and you'll stop turning. As always, to mix it up. And that's about it. Next map. Alright, so this is the house map. On this map, anytime you're hiding kind of near these little dressers is where I like to hide. Sometimes, obviously, in the bathtubs is where I like to hide. These are usually pretty good spots. If you're very small, like a soda can, soda pop, you can kind of hide in some of these sinks, but it gets a little bit more difficult. I believe you can hide back here. These are usually some good spots, since it's difficult for them to reach you or even see you. Sure, anyway, get behind this guy. Yep. This is a really good spot. Okay. They will never see you, possibly, unless they're Banshee. So you can hide right there. Let's see. I haven't actually explored a lot of this map. But we'll do it together. I mostly play killer, so it's a little different. You can always hide in places like this. Try to line up as, close to the wall, little thing as possible. It's a good spot. Here again, some more sinks. Not like that, but if you try to stay close and low, they may not see you. Probably hide as a towel up here as well, and they wouldn't notice. Here's another little cover, but I don't think it's as good based on that angle. I always just try to look for the corners in rooms, look for little places that are little snug hideaways. We're almost done with the top floor. Haven't found any that are really that great. Honestly, on this map, my favorite item to be is the book. The book can slide very quietly. There's so many books all over the map. You can hide in little places like this. I think it'll be hard for them to find you or kill you. And because you could just slide, it won't make any sounds as long as you don't go on different surfaces. So this is how I like to ride around. Then you can go down here to the little living room. I like to hide kind of like this. It's a little bit obvious because you won't last. Or I like to hide as a piece of wood. You can just prop yourself either flat like that. You can angle yourself up, turn yourself out with left shift to make it look like you're leaning against it. But as you can see, there's more books and everything everywhere. So we'll make our way this way. One of my other favorite rooms that people never use in this game is this room on this map. You can hide as a little cabbage, hide in the sink like you're washing it. Very hard for them to think that's kind of sus. You can hide in this one as well. Really good spot, but for whatever reason, people don't come back here. I guess because there's no gen and stuff like that, but still a very good spot. You can maybe even get up there. No, doesn't look like it. I like to hide as a pan, sometimes on the floor down here. Makes it easy as well. A lot of people always pick the bottle. I don't know why. A bottle I don't think is that great, but it's not bad either. You can try to sneak your spot into places like here to get saves if people are on the chairs. You can hide down low, get next to this little bar table. Can't get underneath it anymore. A lot of people like to hide as a beer bottle on the table. It's usually pretty good. Like this. Or they'll choose the soda pop can, Coca-Cola. I like to hide back here sometimes. Kind of hard to see because it's very dark. And then once you get into here, if you're about to escape, I like to hide as a book. Usually people don't check if you're hiding kind of underneath this chair or like this. You can hide out in the open. It looks like the other one. And you may be perfectly fine sometimes. Or you can, again, get your elevation. Hide on things like this. And it makes it really hard for them to find you. Because you're an upright book. And they may not be looking in that corner. Here, whenever I'm doing the gen, I like to pretend I'm the soda pop can. Kind of hide right here. You're almost inside the generator. It's a really good spot. You can hide in the bed of the truck. Not bad right there. And someone out of these corners. Let's try this one over here. Very good spot. Okay. Very hard for them to see you. As you can see with many of the spots that I've shown you, it's so much easier with obviously a small object. But some of the big objects will work too if you were just, you know, blending in how you normally would. And I think that's all I have for this one, except for the last area over here in that library section. You can be a book for sure anywhere in this room. You'll be perfectly fine hiding on these little shelves and stuff. Or if they know you're a book because they keep catching you, I like this little origami bunny thing. You can hide on this shelf with the other origami bunny. Or on another shelf over here. Just make sure to stand tall so it doesn't look like you're knocked over. Which obviously makes it look more sus if you're out of place. And that's about it. Let's go on to our next one. Alrighty. On the Abbey map, my favorite item to be is the mushroom. Let me see if I can find one. There's usually some over here or over here. Since it's mostly grass and outdoor, you can always press left shift, stand tall, hide in a corner, and they may not find you since there's so many mushrooms all over the place, like right here, right over there. You can always hide, again, in some of these little angled corners. Make them hard for them to see you. You can hide on some of those shelves if your options include that. Some metal objects. You can hide anywhere again, literally anywhere on this map with the mushroom. You'll probably be fine. Or you could turn into these little vases, whatever you call them. And it's all pretty good. Bottles also work since it's usually a pretty popular option. Let's see, I don't think you can get into a lot of these cracks. You can hide right there, very sneaky. They will never find you probably behind here. That's a good spot. Continuing on around the perimeter. There's not a lot of spots to hide here. You just have to blend in with whatever you have. I'm sure you could hide behind here. Try to find a little getaway. Roll sideways like that. Maybe to hide behind a pallet if they can't see through that. You could be a piece of wood hiding like that. Very good spot. Let's see what else. Maybe back here. Yep. Like that. Maybe they wouldn't find you. Could hide up top, kind of like right around there. They have these nights, but I've never seen anybody successfully hide like this. Maybe you could right there. It's all about deception, right? So you gotta switch it up between little props and big props. It could be a little chalice thing. Let's see, maybe you could hide around. Could you hide on top of that, maybe? Make it look something normal. It could be another candle on top of the piano. There you go. Another book. Can you hide behind this? You can't. Okay, rip. Under the pews you can hide. Maybe behind this thing. Hard to see. We'll keep moving. You can hide behind these cannon things. Very good spots. Right here behind the gen. Back here in the bushes. Some people are even able to get away in this area. Just depending on what your prop is. You can hide something like this. Just make it look normal. You can hide his food on any of these tables. Or drink. A lot of people rush through this door, so sometimes it's really good to hide right behind this door. Nobody looks. Sometimes even right here. If you're hugging this enough, they won't see you when you come around this door. You can always jump over this to get away from the killer. You can hide up right there on that part. Make it hard for them to reach or even see you. Cheese is also a good option because there's some of these tables. Maybe back here. Yep, very good spot. They probably would not be able to see you back there. Anything back here? No, that's more open. They'll be looking around areas of the prop gen for you. Let's try this side, the last side. Just hiding some mushroom in some of these corners. Maybe back here. There you go, you can hide under these benches. I don't know if they'll come all the way back to the spawn to find you. No, you can't get behind there. And that's basically it for the Abbey.